What's going on, guys? Asian Eyes White Dragon here. So I'm going to talk about Rescue Rabbit and things to counter it, because there's a lot of people running it on Dueling Network, and the deck is relatively solid. I mean, it just kind of goes for first turn, like, get really good setup, and then it's like, if you break their setup, though, they auto-lose. So basically, I want to talk about how to get around Rabbit, and it's not necessarily just Rabbit. I mean, it's obviously the dinosaurs there that are the key cards that make this deck, a very good first turn. So basically, Dolka and Logia, but they always go for Logia first turn. Most general people will just go for like Logia first turn, Logia, and then maybe set one or two. But the back row isn't too great. It's just basically like the Solemn lineup. There's not really like too many deep prisons. I mean, they usually tap 1 to 2. But anyways, I'm going to be showing some cards to get around playing this deck. So most of the time, if they do run Gold Sark, they'll be going like Tour Guide, and they'll go Levier, and then they'll just get back a Rabbit, then they'll like Tribute Rabbit. So things that can stop that really easily, when they Gold Sark for the Rabbit before they summon the Tour Guide, if you just Veiler it right there, that'll stop their entire combo, and then it puts them in a very bad situation because they're left with a face-up Tour Guide, and then in like 2 turns they do get the Rabbit, but you can kind of like take advantage of that. But a really good card, Max C, because that will be stopping, the card advantage game that they'll be getting, because essentially Logia is an auto +1, and because they can negate anything. But if you drop Max C, I mean, they usually just go for like Levier anyways, and they'll just try to make the play because like they really need to. Otherwise, they're in a very bad situation, because you'll be able to get to draw an extra card for the first Tour Guide, and then you'll get to draw an extra card when they go for Levier, then Rabbit, then after that, you'll be able to draw more. So it's just absolutely ridiculous. Sometimes they'll just go for like Levier, and they'll just end it there. Or if they go Tour Guide, they realize you dropped the Maxi, they'll just go for number 17. And then you get to still go +1. And that's not nearly as deadly as, obviously Rabbit. But those are some cards. And then I know not everyone has Max C, but these are some other alternatives. Warrior Lady is okay if you're going first. I mean, if you're maybe you're siding it, you just set that Warrior Lady, and then Warrior Lady does work. But remember that Dolka can negate Warrior Lady, which is unfortunate. But it's just a card that it's just relatively simple to get. And another card that a lot of people do have access to is Raikou. Really good, it just pops that Logia. It's really good. And also, you get the mill in. And then another card, relatively easy to get, Spirit Reaper, because, you just set Reaper, and then they just kind of sit there for a while, and until they draw into, like, a Smashing Ground or a Forbidden Lance, Reaper just kind of lets you draw into the cards you need. And then a really good card, Tragodia. If you drop a Tragodia against them, when it's relatively strong, it's really good. Dolka can't negate it. Well, you can negate the effect of discarding, but since XYZs don't have a level, you won't be really doing that anyways. But yeah, you just drop that Tragodia and then just like attack everything. Because usually, like, if they want to compulse it, that's fine. Like, they won't do that. They're pretty much gonna have to wait for like a smashing, or like maybe like double lance just to get over. But double lance would kind of not be realistic, because it wouldn't quite work. But yeah, they really don't have much answers to Tragodia other than like Solemn Warning. But Tragodia, very good, and it did get released in the Dark World structure deck, so that's pretty good. If you are going first, Thunder King obviously is really good. But then, like, I found when I was usually like doing like Thunder King against them, like they would just go Kabazools and or Sabersaurus, I'm sorry, the 1900 normal monster, and they would just point for point, and that was just like disappointing. But if they do that, you can drop that Honest on them, and then they'll be taking that 19 damage. And then, obviously if they've already went through a Sabersaurus, they possibly could draw another one, and then it could be problematic for them. But really good cards to, just get that first negate out of the way are like Smashing Ground, Creature Swap, and Mind Control. Those just get Logia's, like, their attachments. It just makes them, like, it forces them to negate, really. Sometimes when you Mind Control, they'll give it to you, and then that is kind of bad, because you don't actually want to Mind Control it, because you can't really do anything with it. You can't like synchro with it, and you can't tribute it, so it is a problem. But they usually, when you just go Mind Control, they're forced to negate it. They'll just do it. It's kind of like Shien, they just like auto-negate it. Really good card that they can't negate, Super Poly, but that is conditional to, E-Heroes only. But one of my favorite combos, and I like citing this, is Electric Virus. What it does is you just discard it, to the graveyard, but if they are running Deep Fissure, then that can be a problem. But most of them aren't. So you just go Electric Virus, and then you take control of their Logia. And then my favorite play is just to sack it for Kaius, just to move it out of the way. But obviously, I like to attack first with it, because if they want to like deprison their own Logia, then I think that you could just like you could negate it, and then you know, you can still sack for Kaius, maybe remove another back row. But yeah, Electric Virus very good. Plus, it is a light, so you know, more targets for BLS, always good. But those are some of the cards that I thought that were quite great against Rabbit. But let me know down below in the comment section if there's other cards that I forgot to mention, or other cards that are great against Rabbit, maybe siding, or just main decking. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Asian Ice White Dragon, showing you how to counter those pesky little bunnies over there. Thanks for watching, guys. Asian Ice White Dragon, siding out.